Hi guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be doing part 2 of drugstore makeup that I choose over high-end makeup. Now, I'm trying to explain this because I got a comment in my last one saying, well, aren't you going to tell us what high-end products you choose over those drugstore products? And it's really not like that. These are the drugstore products that, with what I have in my collection, high-end versus drugstore, I would choose to use them over anything else. So there's a ton of other products that I could show and I'd just be here for hours. So it's basically just my all-time favorite drugstore products that I use a ton, and I love them so much. They're always just going to be in my collection. So I wasn't able to share all of them with you guys because believe me, there are a lot. So let's just go ahead and get into this and show you the rest of them.
We were there catching fire, now you're here burning bright in the flame.
Now this one is also going to have newer drugstore loves as well because that happens throughout time. So I want to start with some setting sprays. The first one is an oldie but goodie, and I think that most everyone would like this, but especially people who have oily skin. This is the L'Oreal Infallible. This is so good. Now this is really expensive. Really expensive. When I first got this, I was just like, I went back and forth between choosing whether or not I really wanted to spend that kind of money on a setting spray, but it has been completely worth it. And I use this sparingly because I'm afraid to run out of it, because I'm afraid to repurchase it. So that is a great setting spray. It's done no wrong for me. I absolutely love it. But I have found a new love that you guys have heard about a ton, and that is from Essence. You guys, do not sit on this, okay? It will spray you in the eyeball. I mean, this is a powerful spray. If you need to, pour it into a spray that you know works for you, but it's like halfway gone already. I'm going to be purchasing more and more of these. So I love it. It is the Essence Keep It Perfect fixing spray. Keep It Perfect makeup fixing spray. Great. Fantastic. Worth every penny. Some powders that I just love so much. The first one is a staple that I think almost everybody has tried. If you have not tried this, you need to. This is the Rimmel London Stay Matte Long Lasting Powder. This I used to set my foundation with. It's going to be another one of those days where I can't talk. I set my foundation with this. This is one of the very few powders I have hit pan on. This is actually my second one of these, but I love this so much. It's so affordable. So affordable, and it is better than a lot of high-end powders out there, so I highly recommend that if you want a more matte look. And then if you don't, and sometimes I mix these two together and it's crazy, but this is the Wet n Wild Color Icon in Reserve Your Cabana. If you guys watch Tara Babies, she for a long time had like dozens of these in her empties because she uses them as like a setting slash finishing powder, and this is really what I use this for as well, is a finishing powder. You get a huge pan, but this is a very soft, really nice feeling kind of powder. It's not kind of, it is a powder, but it has a sheen to it. A really cute, nice sheen, but it's subtle. So when I get done setting my face, I'll take a really big fluffy powder brush and just kind of swirl it around my face, and it just catches the light. Very soft and subtly, but beautifully. So I love this, and I think I got this for $3.99 at Five Below. Right there, $3.99. You can't beat it. Now this highlighter, a lot of people recommend, and they're not lying. This highlighter, it is so good. Now you can use it like the Wet n Wild Color Icon as like a finishing powder if you want to. You can diffuse it, and it does the same thing. A little bit more intense, but it's gorgeous when you want a very glowy, dewy look. This is Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. This is so good and so affordable. This is such a soft, finely milled powder, but you can also get like that crazy highlight from it if you want to. So you can use this both ways. This is a highlighter to have. You don't want to miss out on this. This is really good because you can use it basically any way that you want to use it. A finishing powder, a highlighter, it doesn't matter. You can really switch around the intensity of the highlighter with it. So it's just, it's bomb. Some blushes. I've had these blushes in my collection since I started YouTube. I had them before I started YouTube, and that is from Wet n Wild, and these are their blushes. These have changed. Now, these aren't the exact ones I've had in my collection, but these two I keep repurchasing, just so they're not expired. Sometimes they've changed packaging and so on. So the first one here is Pearlescent Pink. Now, with Wet n Wild, you get a ton of product there. You have to be careful with these blushes because they They are super pigmented. Very, very pigmented. So you have to have a very light hand with these. But once you do, they blend out beautifully, very beautifully. The next one is from Mellow Wine. Mellow Wine, oh, look at that color. I have still yet to find a blush that looks like that and is like that creamy and smooth on the skin. Oh, I just love it. I love it. Every time I declutter, these are one of the first things that I'm like, no, these are never getting decluttered. They're cruelty free. They're beautiful. They're gorgeous. They don't last as long on the skin. They are Wet n Wild. I mean, you get what you get, but you can build them up. You can reapply. It's not the end of the world, and they are gorgeous. Gorgeous. Now, speaking of Wet n Wild, I actually like a lot of Wet n Wild, but not Wet n Wild that you hear a lot of people talk about. This is their single eyeshadow, and this is in Creme Brulee. I actually got this at the Dollar Tree. I think it was less than $1, but this is one of the best, if not the best, primer, like setter, eyeshadow that you can set your primer with. There you go. It is probably the best one I have in my collection besides the Too Faced Chocolate Bar and Chocolate Gold. Their kind of flesh tone color they have for that in their palettes is just like this. And this was less than $1. When I am using a palette and it just does not have a shadow in there that I can set my primer with, I always go to this. So I've never decluttered it. I've had other singles that I have decluttered. There are other singles that are amazing as well, but I won't get rid of this one. Because this one, it comes with me everywhere. I just always need it. It's my buddy. Alright, this next one's an eyeliner, and I haven't heard anybody talk about this company in so long, and I'm a little surprised. And even myself, I want to look around and see what they have new and order some things. They're not in the drugstore, but they do have drugstore prices, and that is Jesse's Girl. I don't think that I've heard a lot of people lately talk about this brand at all. I only have this as reference to wanting to purchase another one. This one is expired. It's dried out, and it's frayed at the tip. Like, I can't use it. I used it so much, it dried out and then it frayed at the end. This was the first felt tip eyeliner that I could actually use and liked. This is so good. It's $6.99. They have different colors on the website. It's so good, and I just don't hear anybody talking about them. And if I had another one that wasn't messed up and expired, I'd be using it over anything else that I have in my collection, because that is super dark. I mean, so dark. It stays on all day. So easy to do a cat eye with. It's almost shocking how black it is. So I absolutely love that. I don't think it comes in the silver kind of chrome casing. I think it's just a different casing now, but it's the same product. The next product is another one that it's about at the end of its lifespan here, but I keep it as reference to you need to repurchase this. I do have quite a bit of those in my collection. This is Pixie by Petra, and this is the Brow Tamer. As you can see that brown like clump in there? That's excess brow powder or brow stuff from my brow pencils. They get stuck in here and it looks gross. It looks so gross, and that's why I want a new one, but this is so worth having. So worth having. It is so good. It's so good. It doesn't make your eyebrows crispy, and I like the wand. It's not too big, but it is big enough and it's thinner at the end, so you can really get into your brows and distribute this perfectly. So definitely not one to sleep on. And lastly, this is quite new, but I've had one for a while. You guys saw me haul it way back from I almost said Halta. No. I mean from Ulta. From Ulta, but CoverGirl just recently sent me a PR package with the rest of them in it, and I was over the moon. Now these are CoverGirl's Melting Pout Mattes. I have a hard time finding anything from CoverGirl that I actually like, and I've admitted that more than once on this channel, and it's not because I want to dislike their stuff, because I don't. There are very few things from the company that I like, but the things that I do like, I really, really like from them. These are one of them. I originally got, I think it was this one here, yes, this one in Ballerina, which is gorgeous. I love these. They do take just a minute to dry down, but they do dry down, and they are extremely comfortable. They are so beautiful. Look at that. So opaque, so beautiful, so easy to wear. I'm in love with these. I think that they are fantastic. Let me swatch the rest of them for you guys so you can see the colors. Now here are the colors, and these are just the nude side. They have other colors as well. Some of these are a little bit patchy or not as opaque, and the ones that I would highly recommend getting are Champagne Showers, which is gorgeous, and then Coral Chronicles, and then Ballerina. These three right here are amazing. They're so opaque, so creamy. And you know what these remind me of a lot is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams. That's really what these remind me of, and I loved those for the longest time. I still have one in my collection because I loved those so much. I think you get more in these. So I am very, very impressed. So happy with these, and I'm just like, way to go CoverGirl, and way to go me for finding something that I like from them. Makes me happy. So that is everything so far in my collection that I absolutely love this drugstore, that I choose a lot of the times over anything else that I have in my collection, high-end or luxury. There are products that are a little bit shocking that they come from the drugstore, but they make you want to like buy them at wholesale and in bulk because you kind of feel like you're stealing from the company because the prices are so low for such a treasured product. So I will leave everything I talked about listed and linked down below if you guys want to check them out yourself, do some research, see if they are for you. Highly recommend them. Some of them are for oily skin, some of them are better for certain different people, but take a look and see if it's for you because these products are products you do not want to sit on. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.